Hey guys, welcome back to Moko Talks. My name is Moko, and tonight's topic is gonna be about Ubisoft, of all people. Again, it's absolutely amazing how much bad decision a company can make in the gaming world. Like, it's like these people don't learn from their mistakes. They don't want to listen to their consumers. They don't want to open social media and see what's going on. They don't want to look at their financial status. They don't want to do anything in these companies. I'm amazed actually that they've been going they're still up and running until this far. Like, it's just the amount of things that happened in this year. I actually could have made like 20 videos talking about Ubisoft, but I honestly don't have the time to keep up with their dumbassery, and I just decided to just wait until everything calmed down a little bit and I can just wrap them all up in one video, talk about everything, give my own take on it, and see what you guys think about how Ubisoft is going right now. And hopefully this video would be a cautionary warning, or cautionary tale, sorry, for anyone, any new player that's out there that's looking for games and you see the Ubisoft logo on it. Just that game back down, don't waste your money. Honestly guys, this company has been hemorrhaging money for the past, I don't know, 5 years, and it just keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse now that everything is just out in the open. With the amount of games that they're making, the flops that they're producing is unimaginable. I think the last good game they made was back in Assassin's Creed Origins or at Odyssey, I think. Maybe their only good game right now is Rainbow Six Siege, and even that's not going far at all for the amount of stupid decision they're making with the operator that they're using and with the balancing that they're issuing as well. So all that talk, I just want to show you guys what's been going on, what's happening. I have the proof right in front of me. I'm gonna switch my camera right now, but all I gotta say, it ain't looking good. All right, let's go. So first of all, as you see in front of me here, you have the Ubisoft Entertainment SA's shares, and oh my days, I have never seen something so much drop in shares in my entire life. Like, this is a disaster. I mean, it went from 30.76 euro in 1 month, by the way. This is 1 month, sorry, 1 year, by the way. This is just 1 year, from 30 euros to 10 euros per share. That's it dropped 65%, as it's showing here. I know there's inflation, there's a lot of problems, but as you can see, a lot of other companies are doing good. Maybe not Nvidia, but Nvidia is still good with $121 per share. But Ubisoft, what's going on? I'll tell you guys what's going on. Basically, they've been hiring so many people for one project. Like, you have over 5,000, 6,000 employees working on one game. Why? And all the games that they're producing are not that big. It's not a GTA. They're not producing GTA. They're not producing Red Dead Redemption. They're not producing Cyberpunk. They're not producing very rich, deep, story-driven games. Every single game that they've produced so far has been either copy paste on the previous game, or some shallow slop that you can finish in, like, I don't know, 20 hours. I mean, it's obvious that it's been going on, and don't just take my words or Google's words for it. This is from Google, by the way. Even the shareholders are freaking out regarding this. I mean, look at this message. The board of directors, this email was sent from the shareholders of Ubisoft. You know, they send an email to the board of directors and members of committee of Ubisoft. You have Yves Guillemot, the CEO and chairman of Ubisoft Entertainment. You have Tencent Holdings, which is the Chinese companies that's helping Ubisoft through all this money, to keep it afloat with all their money. So you have even Guillemot Family Holding, Ubisoft shareholders, KKR, Vivendi, Blackstone, even Blackstone. You know, every single company that has deep pockets is CC'd in this email. So, what's the subject? Urgent call for strategic and structural changes at Ubisoft Entertainment. Dear members of the board, dear fellow shareholders, as a significant minority shareholder in the Ubisoft Entertainment via AG Investments and other partners, we are writing to express our deep dissatisfaction with the current performance and strategic direction of the company. The recent quarterly results, which included the postponement of key games like Rainbow Six Siege and The Division into the 2025 lineup, and the lowered revenue outlook from the Q2 2024, which is Outlaws. Basically, Outlaws didn't make them any money, not even Assassin's Creed Mirage, have heightened our concerns about the management's ability to deliver value to shareholders over the long term. Share prices of Ubisoft have decreased by more than 40%, 65% as we saw, over the last year compared to rise of its competitors and indexes. This letter consists of the following points. Take Ubisoft private or allow it to sell it to strategic investors. So you have Ubisoft valuation. They believe that Ubisoft is great, undervalued company and should be worth between 40 45 euro per share, which honestly at this point I don't believe that personally, and from a business standpoint I do not believe that, because they're not listening to their consumers, which is like business 101. You know, what's the demand and try to give that demand. You know, they listen to the loud minority on social media instead of what the paying customers. You know, we all know who the loud minority are, and we all know that they're not buying games. When we saw, you know, Suicide Squad and Concord and what's that other name was called, Dread something, I don't know, Desert something, I forgot. That born I don't know. Anyway, Dustborn, yeah, that's it. Anyway, when these games were made for those loud minority, they flopped insanely hard compared to other games, you know. Our concerns about the future of this company with current management and directory. It's obvious that they don't have any clear good direction. They're focusing on DEI and the diversity and inclusion instead of actually making good games, which that's gaming. That's what this game is all about. That's what the gaming industry is. Our proposal to increase value of Ubisoft for all stakeholders, allow take private process by PE firms or Guillemot family plus Tencent at fair price, allow sale process as we are in discussion with investors to fight against Guillemot family with so-called proxy fight at extraordinary shareholder meeting, change of the current management, start hiring process of new CEO, optimize the cost and studio structure for more agile and competitive company as Ubisoft should be. We will use the French minority law to collect enough shareholders to start proxy fight and initiate sale process of Ubisoft to increase shareholders' values for all shareholders. As you can see, things are not as easygoing as everyone think Ubisoft is right now. Every single trailer they're putting out is getting insanely massive dislikes on new social media. Every single person does not like what Ubisoft is producing, be it media, be it games, be it entertainment, be it anything out there, and it's quite obvious that there is a huge struggle internally in the company where there's no leadership or management or actual good structure and direction for the company, and it's quite obvious from what we're seeing so far. I mean, the numbers don't lie, man. The numbers do not lie. As you can see here, we showed you before, things are not looking good for Ubisoft, and honestly at this point, stop hiding it. We all know it. Every single person knows it. So let's take a look about the other problems that Ubisoft is having other than financially. They basically are struggling insanely hard with Star Wars Outlaws. Their brand new products, the product that was just released last month with Wukong. I can't believe this. They already have a roadmap for this game. Like, can you believe what I'm seeing? I can't even believe what I'm seeing. Their key focus on this roadmap is to bug fix and improve the game. The quality of life improvement. These things, what? Key focus title update 4 November. Combat and stealth improvement. Are you kidding me? Have we not learned nothing from Cyberpunk? Listen, guys, Cyberpunk is amazing right now, but it took quite a dedication for it to be where it is right now. But initially the game as its base was okay, was better than this. It had amazing visuals, amazing story, characters, characters, dialogue, all of that. It had amazing thing at its base level. Of course, it's still missing the core things with better hardware, better bug fixes and everything, but you all know what happened there. Like please, when you see this roadmap, do not compare it to Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk had insane amount of issues, and it was all let out in the open, because as we all know, with Cyberpunk, they outsource the quality assurance for this company, for a third-party company that failed at its duties. This is why they got this kind of end results. Of course, what CD Projekt Red did was awful when hiding it, but still, there is an explanation there. But here, what's your explanation here? I mean, it's obvious you guys have no idea what you're doing with your video games. You're not working on it. Ubisoft has always had the manpower, the employees to work on their games properly, unlike CD Projekt Red. Even worse, if you're taking the same route as CD Projekt Red, that is not a good route to take. It's an awful route. I mean, sure, Cyberpunk is amazing now, but does that have to be the normal the normal place, or the standards for every game out here? Does every game needs to come out with a roadmap now? Is that insane? Also, Cyberpunk costs $60. This game can cost up to $130. You have to be insane to ask that amount of money for a half-finished product. What are we doing here? Guys, whoever's who's ever watching this video, please think with your wallet, man. You do not deserve this kind of game. You do not deserve this kind of treatment. There's so much better games out there with half the price just waiting for you to grab, man. Also, let's not forget that in like 2-3 months, this game is gonna be deeply discounted because no one's gonna play it, and no one is playing it. It's not the success you all thought it would be. All right, switching next to man, well, so many stuff to talk about, man. So Ubisoft, here we go again. Ubisoft admits Star Wars Outlaws underperformed. Shocker, right? So this is an interview with IGN. Ubisoft has admitted its open world Star Wars Outlaws has underperformed and announced a Steam release date alongside. So imagine this, Ubisoft with its own launcher that never ever releases on Steam is actually releasing this game on Steam because they can't make the money. And a financial update from Ubisoft announced a number of significant changes at the company, including the delay of premiere title Assassin's Creed Shadows. We're gonna talk about that soon. Don't worry about it. This came alongside word that Star Wars Outlaws had a softer than expected launch and a November 21 release date for Steam. Despite solid ratings, Metacritic 76, which is bullshit by the way, and user scores across the first party and Epic stores 3.9 over 5. I doubt that's the actual number, by the way. That reflect an immersive and authentic Star Wars universe. Star Wars Outlaws initial sales proved softer than expected, Ubisoft said. In other words, they didn't sell shit. When you hear this corporate talk, softer means that the game flopped. So now they have to go to another platform which is insanely more popular than that, Steam, to release this game. But Steam has Steam's review. Don't think you're out of the woodworks there, man. In response to player feedback, Ubisoft's development team are currently fully mobilizing to swiftly implement a series of updates to polish and improve the player experience in order to engage a large audience during the holiday season to position Star Wars Outlaws as a strong long-term performer. So they realized their initial game sucked ass because you don't have any proper people testing their gameplay, and now they're working extra hard, pushing other projects, costing them more to fix their bad game, to try and recover any amount of money possible for this piece of flop. And honestly, I highly doubt that they're gonna even get there at all. All right, let's switch to a little bit. All right, so this is the first part of the video. I talked about Ubisoft's financial troubles, the problem with Outlaw, and yada yada yada. You all saw it, and with the board of directors, what they're saying. So as we talked as it was mentioned in the previous talks with the with the articles, we saw that Assassin's Creed Shadows gonna be postponed. That is a huge issue for them. But that's not all. That's not all. As we spoke in a previous video, Assassin's Creed Shadow is insanely inaccurate, insanely historically inaccurate. It's the kind of game that you should not put out there, especially as an Assassin's Creed game. And boy oh boy did I see some weird shit in their trailer. Like, you have a door that's not perfectly aligned with the stairs or something like that. There's like so many bugs in the trailer. Like it's god awful. It's obvious this game also is going to flop, and with the amount of stupidity they've done with this game, the amount of bad decision, of inaccuracies, of disrespect they shown for the Japanese people. Oh my god, man. Oh my god, how can these people look at themselves in the mirror and call themselves activists or pioneers for racial for racial equity and equality when they have absolutely disrespected, dissed, and shat on a whole other race, and they're unapologetic about it. I can't, man. I can't. Like I said, I could have made so much content for this game, for Ubisoft, but oh my god, it's just, there's so much to unravel. There's so much more. Okay, I'm gonna try to make this video a little bit more short than I should. All right, let's jump into Assassin's Creed Shadows. What happened there? So at the start of all this, Assassin's Creed Shadows was postponed. Dear players, Assassin's Creed Shadows is a dream project for us. Oh my god. Finally bringing the series to feudal Japan with many features developed with our community in mind. Sure, such as parkour or the renewed stealth brought by new technology, all set in a beautiful and immersive world which you don't know anything about and haven't done your research about. This is an ambitious addition to the franchise, a rich experience that can be lived through the eyes of two unique protagonists, but we realize we need more time to polish and refine the experience, pushing further some of our key features. As such, we've made the decision to postpone the release date to February 14, 2025, a whole year of delay. The game will, sorry, not year, I'm apologizing, 4 months of delay. The game will release on a broad range of platforms, including Steam at launch. Additionally, pre-orders will be refunded and all future pre-orders will be granted the first expansion for free. We understand this decision will come as a disappointing news, especially to those who have been waiting patiently for an Assassin's Creed inspired by feudal Japan. You know, the people who were waiting patiently are like 5 people and some of the pretentious content creators. But we sincerely believe this is the best interest of the game and ultimately your experience as a player. Rest assured, we are looking forward to the moment you will embark on a memorable adventure with Nao and Yasuke. Until then, we thank you for your ongoing support. I mean, the game does need a lot of work on, but let me show you something else here. Let me show you something else with this. So, Ubisoft scheduled appearance at Tokyo Game Show just 2 days before the event. We regret to inform you that due to various circumstances, we have decided to cancel our online participation in TGS 2024. Gee, I wonder why. Guys, if you don't know, a lot of Japanese are not happy with this game. They're not happy with the game's development. They're not happy with how they decided to go about making the Japanese environment. They're not happy with the main characters. just not happy at all. Literally every single one of their trailer is getting massively downvoted on YouTube, like disliked on YouTube. Well, not downvoted, disliked. It's hilarious how much the Ubisoft team is just oblivious to what's going on around them. It's like see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. It's absolutely ridiculous how closed off they are, and setting themselves in this echo chamber where just, you know, the select few people who are brainwashed and mindlessly follow Ubisoft, just showing them courageous words, and you know, keep pushing them to do the bad thing that they're doing. So much so they're in such a bad place that I'm sorry, oh my god, yeah, so much so that Ubisoft actually went to New York Times to attack players in defense of Assassin's Creed Shadows. And that's just, it's ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous. So Ubisoft has done something similar with the New York Times as the Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, which is also a bad entertainment product. Like Brzezinski and Robinson Small wrote, some gamers erupted over his appearance, convinced that the franchise, known for its immersive recreation of the past, had gone woke. It has, by including a black character in its depiction of 16th century Japan. He then claims that developers received personal attacks and death threats during an online harassment campaign. Listen, minorities are these kind of idiots that send personal attacks and death threats. If you're one of those person, you're a bad guy, just understand that, or a bad girl, or you're a bad person, you're just a bad person, understand that, all right? I don't condone this kind of stuff, but the online harassment campaign, that's just bullshit. To no surprise, he shares no evidence of such attack. I did not read this beforehand. Yeah, so of course there's no evidence. After attacking gamers, Small then weaves a false narrative that has already been refuted for months by citing historian Yu Hirayama, who is an admitted communist. Small Cities, Hirayama claims that it was without question that Yasuke was a samurai. There are very few historical documents about him, but there's no doubt that there was a samurai who served Nobunaga. However, it is highly disputed that he was a samurai. Historian Yuichi Goza, who is a faculty member of the International Research Center for Japanese Studies focusing on Japanese medieval history and the author of What is a Samurai, speculated that Yasuke was simply Oda Nobunaga's bodyguard and a trainer rather than a samurai. He was asked by a Japanese website what kind of person was Japanese website, the Sankai Shimbun, what kind of person was Yasuke, and was he a samurai or not? Goza responded, there are very few historical records about Yasuke, so it is difficult to say. The history of Yasuke has not been subject of much research, in part because the history of personality is not the mainstream of historical studies. In the 15th-volume Nobunaga Koki, in the collection of the Sonkai Kaku Bunko, which is one of the biographies of Nobunaga Goki, a chronicle of Nobunaga's life, there is a description of Nobunaga giving Yasuke a sword and a house, indicating that he is treated as a samurai. However, this is something that only appears in this biography among dozens of manuscripts of Nobunaga Chronicle, and we cannot deny the possibility that it was added later when the manuscript was transcribed. So there's no real evidence. Goza continued, also, even if he was a samurai, he may have been a formality. For example, in the Edo period, feudal lords who were fond of sumo had their own personal wrestlers. Formally, they were treated as vassals or samurai and allowed to wear a sword, but even if a war broke out, it was not expected that the feudal lords would allow their retainers to fight on the battlefield. So, Ubisoft went to New York Times and bitch about the gamers instead of actually, you know, addressing some of this stuff online, trying to listen to what gamers are saying, and it blew up in their faces because yet again they don't have the evidence. They don't show you actual factual evidence of what's going on. Always with the say, always with the but we are being attacked, please help us. Victimhood that they always perceive themselves with. You know, a huge ass company like Ubisoft is playing victim for the gamers, which are your consumers, by the way. Anyway, so as you guys can see, to summarize this whole video, Ubisoft is shooting itself in the foot multiple times, and they're just not admitting that it hurts. They keep doing it, and they're happy to do it, and when they can't walk anymore, they're gonna blame you for giving them the weapon to shoot themselves with. Yeah. So, to make this video any longer than it is, tell me guys what you think about the whole Ubisoft debacle or idiocracy, I don't know what you want to call it. If you actually think that what Ubisoft doing here is good, please let me know. I just want to know what's going on in you guys' head. How can't you see what's right in front of you? You know, with all the evidence that's been going on, with all that's been going on with Ubisoft, with the financial disaster that they're going through, how can you still support this company that it really doesn't like you, the consumer of their product? Just let me know in the comment below. And if you like the video, please do leave a like and subscribe if you want to keep seeing videos of this stupid mug. And I'll see you in the next time. Ciao for now. Bye bye.